A very good morning, children, and again I welcome you all to today's session. We are going to continue from where we had left in our last turn. We were doing the Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1. In your textbook, all of you open your textbook. We had done up till line number 169. We are going to start from line number 170. Open your books to page number 168. Act 4, Scene 1, line number 169 we are going to start from. We had done up till clerk's letter that clerk the letter that clerk read in front of the judge, in front of the duke, where he is telling that why Dr. Bellario is not able to come and why he has sent a learned doctor in his place, and he has made all sorts of comparison so that the judge and the person accepts this young man and does not go by the age of the person, that is by the age as he is young, but still according to the letter that clerk reads, this man, that is Portia, who has disguised herself in the form of a lawyer, is a very learned doctor of law, or is a very learned lawyer. So, and then it is also being mentioned that her age means Portia's age should not be taken into consideration as a hindrance which can be there to accept Portia as a lawyer. So, Duke, you hear the learned Bellario, what he writes, and here I take it, is the doctor come. Now, Duke says that I have heard what learned Bellario means. Dr. Bellario, who is one of the learned doctors of law, whatever he has written, I am taking it, and now I am accepting the doctor, I am accepting the lawyer whom he has sent, and now here he comes. Enter Portia, dressed like a doctor of laws. Give me your hand. Come you from old Bellario. Give me your hand means I ask you to present me your hand. And then he inquires, do you come from old Bellario? Portia, I did, my lord. Portia says, yes, my lord, I do come. Duke, you are welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the differences that holds this present question in the court? Now, Duke says that I request you to take the position from where you are going to speak, and I expect, it is my assumption, I assume that you are very well versed with the condition, with the dispute that is there between these two men that has brought this case to the court. That why we are here in the court, the reason for us being here in the court, you are well acquainted with it, you are well versed with it. Portia, I am informed thoroughly of the cause, which is the merchant here and which the Jew. Now I have full knowledge of the cause. I have full knowledge of the case. He says who is the merchant here and who is the Jew. She says she wants to know who is the merchant. She doesn't recognize them, but she knows the case. On which lines the case is being brought to the court, she knows that. So she says, I just want to recognize these two figures. That is, I just want to know where is the merchant and who is the merchant over here and who is the Jew over here. Jew, Antonio and Shylock both stand forth. Now Duke orders both Antonio and Shylock, to both of them, to come forward, come forth. Portia, is your name Shylock? Portia inquires from Shylock, is your name Shylock? Shylock is my name. Shylock says that yes, Shylock is my name. Yes, obviously Shylock is my name. Portia, of a strange nature is the suit you follow. Now, of a strange means of a unique. Strange over here means unique. Strange means unique. Suit means case. Portia says that the case that you are following is of unique nature, is of very different nature. You in such a rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. To Antonio, you stand within his danger, do you not? Now, Portia is saying, as she has disguised herself in the form of a lawyer, she is saying that your case is of a very different kind, and the kind is such that the law of Venice cannot find faith in your cannot find faith in your case. And then she refers to Antonio and says that, Antonio, you are lying within the danger zone. You are lying within the danger zone. Antonio, so he says. Antonio says, yes, so he says. So that is what he says. Yes, that I am lying within the danger zone. That is what he says. Portia, do you confess the bond? Portia says that, do you admit the do you confess the bond means do you admit the bond? Do you admit the bond means agreement? Do you confess the bond? Do you accept the bond? Do you agree upon the agreement that you have made? Antonio, I do. Yes, I do. I do confess the bond. I do confess the agreement that I had made. Shylock, on what compulsion must I? Tell me that. Sorry. Portia, then must the Jew be merciful. Now, she says that, okay, if you confess the bond, if you agree upon the bond, then I am saying that the Jew should show towards, the Jew should show some mercy towards you, some mercy towards you. Shylock, oh, on what compulsion must I? Tell me that. On what compulsion over here means ground. Compulsion means ground. So Shylock says, tell me the ground on which I should have some mercy. Why should I be merciful? Portia, the quality of mercy is not strained. Now, strained means imply by force. Imply by force. Now Portia says that the quality is not of mercy is not actually something which can be possessed by force. It droppeth as a gentle drop of rain from heaven. It is something which drops like a gentle drop of rain that drops from heaven. Upon the place beneath, that means upon the earth. It is twice blessed, and upon the place beneath which falls, on which these drops falls, that place is twice blessed. That place is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives him and him that takes. Now, Portia is saying that those drops of rains that fall upon the earth, that actually that falls upon the earth, it blesses both the people who actually make those drops fall upon the earth, and actually upon whom those drops falls, it blesses both the parties. Then she says, and him that takes. This mightiest in the mightiest. It is the greatest of the quality. It becomes the throne monarch better. It becomes the throne monarch better than his crown. Now Portia is saying that a person who has this quality of showing mercy towards others. Portia is saying that a person who has this quality, if a ruler has this quality of showing mercy towards others, if a ruler is merciful, if a ruler has this quality of being merciful towards others, then it is actually better than the crown. This quality is even better than the crown that the king wears. That the crown that king wears, it is better than that crown also. His sceptre shows the force of temporal power. His sceptre means crown. The crown is a resemblance of temporal power. Is a resemblance of temporary power. Temporal means temporary. Temporal means temporary. She says that the crown is actually a symbol of temporary power. Then she says the attribute of awe and majesty. The attribute of awe and majesty means it is actually a symbol of power and majesty. It is actually a symbol of power and highness. Highness means grandeur, power and highness. Wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. And it is in that crown that actually sit the dread, means people who feel fearful of the king. It is in that crown that sits, that is where the fear sits. That is where the fear sits among the people about the king. But mercy is above that sceptre sword. But the king who possesses mercy, it is above that temporal power. It is beyond that temporal power. The mercy that king possesses, it is beyond that temporal power. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is not actually present somewhere in the throne. It cannot be seen, but it is something which is present in the heart of the king. Then she says, it is an attribute of God himself. It is something, it is an attribute means quality. Attribute means quality. So she says that it is an attribute of God himself. It is a quality that God himself actually possesses. An earthly power that then show likest God. Now if a person has this, if a king has this mercy in his heart, then that actually makes the king being looked upon as a god. It shows that that person has godlike quality, that king has godlike qualities in him. When mercy seasons justice, when mercy shows justice, therefore Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this. Now, when mercy shows justice, before attaining justice, if you show mercy, then she says that it makes a person appear like God. That is something that is the actually the quality that a God possesses. So it makes the person appear like God. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice. Now she is saying, therefore Jew, I am telling you that your demand is to attain justice. You want to attain justice. That is what you are demanding for, and that is why you are here. I know that you are demanding for justice. I know that your demand is that you want to attain justice, but I want you to take this point, take this note into consideration. Consider this, take this point into consideration, that in the course of justice, that is while you are actually striving to get justice, the cycle of justice, none of us should see salvation. None of us should be saved. See salvation means none of us will be saved. If you actually strive for justice, if you don't show mercy, then I think none of us will be saved. We do pray for mercy. I do request you to have some mercy, to show some mercy. And that same prayer that teaches us all to render the deeds of mercy, and that same prayer teaches all to render the acts of mercy. Deed of mercy means acts of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea. I have spoke this much to actually to subdue the justice. Subdue means suppress the justice, of that plea, the justice that you want because of your plea, because of your application that you have put, because of the request. I have spoken this much to suppress that that justice which you are actually demanding for. Which if thou follow, this strict code of Venice must needs give sentence against the merchant there. Now she is saying that if you follow, that is, if you go on emphasizing on attaining justice, then she is saying that this court of Venice is going to pass sentence against the merchant who is present over here, that is Antonio. Shylock, my deeds upon my head, I crave the law, the penalty and the forfeit of my bond. Now, my deeds upon my head means I am ready to bear the consequences. I am ready to face the consequences if I go according to the terms and the conditions of my bond. I am ready to face the consequences. Let me face the consequences. But then I crave the law. I request the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond. That is, I want to go according to the terms and the conditions of my bond. Portia, is he not able to discharge the money? Portia now inquires from Shylock that is Antonio not able to pay the money. Pay the money means the amount that Antonio had actually taken from Shylock as a loan. That amount she is inquiring, is he not able to pay the money back to you? Bassanio, yes, here I rendered it for him in the court. Render means present. Render means present. Render means present. Bassanio says that yes, he is able to pay, and here on his behalf I am presenting the money over here in the court. Then, yea, twice the sum, if that will not suffice. Here I am presenting twice the sum, means double the sum of what he was supposed to give. I am giving just double of that amount. Just double of that amount I am giving. Then he says, if that not suffice means sufficient or enough. If double the money is also not enough, Bassanio says that if I am ready to pay double the amount that he had actually taken from Shylock, I am ready to pay double the amount. And then he says that if double the amount is also not enough, I will be bound to pay it 10 times over. Over here means more. Over here means more. Now, Bassanio says that if double the money is not acceptable by Shylock, then I am ready to pay 10 times more of the actual amount. If this is not suffice, it must appear that malice bear down truth. Now, Bassanio says that I am saying that I am ready to pay 10 times more than the actual amount, and if that is also not sufficient, then I am very sorry to say that malice means jealousy bears down truth, brings down truth. Jealousy precedes over truth. Jealousy precedes over truth. And I beseech you, rest once the law, and I request you, rest means W-R-E-S-T, rest means interpret. Rest means interpret. And I do beseech you, rest once the law means interpret the law once again. To your authority, according to the power that you have, according to the knowledge that you have, I request you to interpret the law once again. To do great right, to do great justice, do a little wrong. If you want to do greater justice by committing small irregularity, and curb this cruel devil of his will. And curb means and deprive this cruel Jew of this will. If you are able to break down law and bring something back in favor of Antonio, then you will be depriving this cruel devil of the will that he has actually signed. Portia, it must not be. There is no power in Venice that can alter a decree established. Now, Portia says that it is not possible for me to interpret the law accordingly because laws are already established, and if I alter them, it will be actually, I will be actually challenging the laws of Venice, rules of Venice. It will be recorded for a precedent. It will be recorded as an example. It will be recorded as an example. People will take it as an example. As many an error by the same example will rush into the state, it cannot be. And because if I interpret it according to my, if I interpret it in order to save Antonio, then it might then people more people might come where they might be wanting to the law to be interpreted according to them, and then at the same time it might act as an example for others to come, and it might actually challenge the laws of Venice. So I cannot do that. It is impossible. Shylock, a Daniel come to judgment. A Daniel means a great Jewish character. Daniel is a great Jewish character, a biblical character of wisdom, who is very much renowned for wisdom, giving great judgment. So he is saying that Daniel has come. Daniel has come. O wise young judge, how do I honor thee? O wise young judge, tell me how can I honor you? Now Shylock is very much pleased with Portia, since Portia has said that there can be no way where there can be no way where Antonio can be saved according to the interpretation of the law. Portia, I pray you, let me look upon the bond. Portia says that I request you to give me bond so that I can have a look at it. Shylock, here it is, most reverend doctor, here it is. Shylock says that here is the bond, most reverend doctor, most learned doctor, here is the bond. Here is the bond, I present you the bond, here it is. Portia, Shylock, there is thrice thy money offered thee. Portia says that Shylock, I am telling you, here is thrice the due amount offered to you. Here is thrice the due amount that is being offered to you. Shylock, an oath, I have taken a solemn oath, in heaven, and I have actually taken an oath by heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? Shall I lay? Perjury means sin. Shall I commit a sin upon my soul? Perjury means sin. Shall I commit a sin upon my soul? Not for Venice, not even for the sake. I cannot do that. I cannot break my oath. I cannot break my promise, even for the sake of Venice. Now we are going to stop here. Line number 237 we have done. We started from line number 169 to 237 we have done. Now we will continue from here in our next class. Till then, I would request you all to please go through whatever has been taught, read the text again, try to understand, and if you have any problem, please you can come back in the class and you can ask me whenever we start with the next class. In our next session, you can ask me, and if you have any other query, you can always ping me on WhatsApp. I will be available there. Moreover, I will be uploading the video. If you have missed out anything, go through the video and try to learn from there. Okay. Thank you so much, children, for joining.